Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Today's video is very important. I think it's very important to remind people that you are not safe online, okay? And it goes both ways. It's not just the foreigners who are not safe online. Filipinos also are not safe online. So everybody needs to be careful and to be very vigilant when you are online. Now, I watched this documentary with 60 Minutes Australia, and while watching this documentary, I just felt so many emotions, like, sadness, embarrassment, and just really shocked that things like this is happening in the country. Although I would say I'm not really surprised, especially when the pandemic hit the country. I think a lot of Filipinos were desperate for survival. Now, that's not really a reason to do that, but I think that really pushed a lot of people to do a lot of evil things. Now, this story was about the story of this young man, an American, who ended up who became a victim of sextortion. Now, this young man ended up losing his life. He couldn't get out of that situation. He felt helpless, and I guess he also felt a lot of embarrassment. That's a very sad situation to be in, a very difficult situation to be in, being young and also knowing that he made that mistake and felt like he couldn't get out of it. But the good thing that he did was he left all of this evidence for his family to kind of find out, who did this to him and what happened. Now, there was a journalist who actually followed through and looked into all of the evidence that he left, and they found out that this person, the scammer he was talking to, was from the Philippines. Now, the sad reality about the country is that even before the pandemic, the country is already known for having a lot of scammers. It is a truth that nobody can deny. A lot of people there scam other people for money, not just foreigners, but even if you are in the country, you're Filipino, you'll find that other Filipinos scamming others just to survive. But there is this culture of doing whatever it takes to support your family, and some people are not embarrassed of doing criminal things, illegal things, to be able to put food on the table. I can't say that properly, but yeah, a lot of people just feel like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm doing this for my family. That remind me of that kind of like Italian mafia mentality. Some people do that. So this journalist flew to the Philippines to investigate this scam. This is not just your regular scam. This is a big operation. And this journalist found out that a lot of this is happening in Angeles City. Angeles City is known for being the sex tourist spot in the Philippines. If you were in the military, you probably know of the place. Of course, the base not there anymore, but it remained to be that kind of city, And nowadays, apparently, it's become a hub of that industry. The industry of love scams, industry of sextortion. A lot of people are getting into this. A lot of people got into this industry, especially when the pandemic hit the country. So while doing this investigation, the journalist actually ended up going to this one town where everybody apparently knows everything that's going on. Not just, well, this is according to the local journalist. The police know something, the politicians are getting their share. So this queen of scam, I can't remember. I mean, she's got aliases, but apparently she's been caught before, but she was always let go because, corruption is also a very big problem in the country. But yeah, so for those of you, this is just a reminder that you are not safe online. Now, this thing goes both ways. So those Filipinos who are scamming the foreigner, it is mostly monetary gain. On the other hand, I've also heard of foreigners blackmailing Filipinas, while talking, people exchange photos, and then now this Filipina is in a position where she has to constantly send this photo or else this person is going to expose it. So I don't know, technology has brought a lot of good things, but it also opened this Pandora box of evil, and now a lot of people are really using that to exploit others. So if you are online, be very vigilant, be very careful out there. And I was just thinking that, this is really sad. It also reminded me of, this whole story also reminded me of this one documentary I saw last year. This is even more sad, a documentary of how some Filipino parents were using their children online for either photos and videos to make money to support their family and families. And when one of this operation was actually raided, the same reasoning. Well, we are very poor, we're desperate for money, we have to support the family. This is just very sad, because if there's a will, there's a way. There's a lot of poor people in the country that don't have to resort to this, but some people just want the easy money and they don't care who they hurt, their own family, their own children. Now the country is known for this type of scams. Sextortion, blackmail, what else? The love scams. It's widespread in the country now. With social media, with technology, a lot of people are emboldened to do this because they think they can be anonymous. They can do this anywhere because it's remote. It's like a remote job for some people, and a lot of people don't have any conscience. They don't care. They don't have any remorse. They'll take advantage of you. If they think they can get something out of this, they will do it. And actually, one very good advice that I hear about this is from Rapid Tulfo. Not specific to this topic, but he's given advice to couples to not do this kind of thing, because you think this can only happen, the blackmailing, the exploitation can only happen to like strangers. But there's a lot of cases like this of actual like lovers and couples, even married couples, while being in a long distance relationship, exchanging compromising photos and videos of themselves to keep that relationship intimacy going. And then people do break up, and then when people break up, those same compromising photos and pictures, photos and videos are now being used by the other person to blackmail the other person. It's just don't do it, because, well, there are cases where people really do think they are anonymous, but unfortunately with this big operations like this, some people can hack into your computer, and if that happens, they'll see everything you have, and then they could use that against you. Now, I can only hope and pray that more Filipinos talk about this, because I think it's a very important issue that the government should really do something about. But sometimes it can feel hopeless, because when I was watching this documentary, this local journalist mentioned that this whole town where, it's become a hub of this industry, everybody knows what's going on. The people living there, and they're all okay with it. Everybody's getting something from this. So the police, actually, when that journalist went to this one place where apparently this is the hub, the center of all this operation, the police started asking, what are you guys doing here? Why are you here? So you can only tell that everybody's connected here. Everybody is getting paid to let this go, to stay quiet. Apparently this queen of scam, she is the one that really started this whole operation, in this, she kind of invented this. Apparently she has been caught many times, but she was always let go because she's just paying everybody. And apparently some politicians are also getting paid. So it's, you can only hope and pray that something is going to be done about this, but I don't know. It's just so sad. When I watched that documentary, this young man lost his life, and of course a family lost a son, and that's just a tragic story. If you have any comments, if you have anything you'd like to share, you are more than welcome to do that in my comment section below. I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye.
So I just wanted to add this. I recently saw this on the news, and I'm sorry, this is a recorded audio that I added to this video. I'm so sick today, so I can't be on camera. I saw this and I thought this is really hopeful for those who are, in that situation. As I was talking about that very tragic story of an American man who lost his life. But for those who are in that situation, the good news, well, this is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. The Congress has passed this bill called the Take It Down Act. And this is a legislation introduced by Senator Ted Cruz of Texas that makes it unlawful to knowingly publish non-consensual intimate imagery, including digital forgeries. With the AI, a lot of people apparently have used AI to manipulate pictures and even videos, explicit photos and videos, and putting someone else's face on those imagery, which is scary, and using that to blackmail people. So this bill is designed to protect people, not just adults, but specifically, more importantly, children, from being victims of the non-consensual sharing of a sexually explicit images and deepfake photography. I'm going to call it that. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention that specific word on YouTube, but yesterday there was a press conference with the First Lady on this, and the focus of this roundtable involving the First Lady was this bill. And let's hope and pray that this bill gets approved in Senate as quickly as it did in Congress, because this is a good development. Now, I'm not sure if this bill covers those who have been victimized, who have been a victim of some sort of an organization, syndicate abroad, just like the story that I've mentioned of an American man who been victim of sextortion, but the perpetrators was from another country like the Philippines. But I hope and pray that the Filipino government is also watching this. Hopefully they can take note and, do something about what's going on in the Philippines as well, because that is a big problem. Now, here in the US, that is the good development. And let's hope and pray that this bill really passes as quickly as possible, because it will protect a lot of people. With technology, we don't really know. I mean, we know that there's a lot of good that comes with technology, but this AI is very, very powerful. We don't know its capability yet. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of good benefits, but the downside to this is this. This is one of those downside, and it's very dangerous, very, very scary. If you're a parent, you probably understand how I feel about this and how I think this is very important. This is a good development, and let's hope and pray that this bill passes quickly. I just want to add that. I'm going to try to put the imagery of the bill on my screen so you could also take a look at it online. It's available, and this is what they call the Take It Down Act. Thank you.